So Josh is dunking an ID52 on his live stream right now, and we're having to watch that. Oh, it's good. Oh, gosh, that's funny. That's funny. Welcome to Ham Radio 2.0, guys. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Josh is doing a special live stream tonight, so we're just kind of letting him wrap up. Hopefully some of you watched both of his streams. But we're going to start here in just a minute.
Ham Radio Prep is the fastest and most effective program to study for your ham radio license. Our complete multimedia course makes it easy to pass the ham radio license test, even if you're a beginner. Study at your own pace with 10 step-by-step lessons that are simple to understand and cover all of the official FCC questions. Take our course and you'll pass the exam on your first try or your money back, guaranteed. Begin your journey to becoming a licensed ham radio operator.
Merry after Christmas, folks. Merry December 26th, or however that works. Hey, Ham Radio 2.0, thank you for joining us today. Really looking forward to this stream tonight. We've been poking around in Josh's stream for the last hour, or I have. I've been poking around his stream for the last hour. He's got his ID52 in a cup of water right now. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I've always wanted to dump $600 into water. But it's good, so he's going to be wrapping that up here in a minute, so hopefully he'll send some people over this way. But thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate you guys being here. Should be a really fun stream. Let me give a shout-out to all the folks in green tonight. Leanne's in there, K6WXO. Stephen Easley's in there. Ed, WB3EJS. I saw KI5OYC, Alexander. Andy was in there earlier. Special shout out to all the folks in green who are the YouTube channel members. You guys help move the channel forward. I appreciate your support. Thank you for your patronage and your contribution to the channel for sure. So want to start out with a couple of announcements tonight, which I think I have over here. Yep, let's go over there. So if you've been watching me for any amount of time at all, well, for the last month or so, you know that the fundraiser I'm doing for the Lee family is still going. In fact, let me hit refresh on this because I'm not sure if that's live. Okay, so we got a little bit more today. Got somebody else donated about $30 today. So we're at $5,538 of a $5,000 goal. That $5,000 number is just something I picked out of the air. In fact, I think there's a way you can go in there and change it. I think I can go in there and manipulate that and say, let's make this a $10,000 goal now. But when I first put it up, I said, hey, I'd like to double or triple this goal. I'd like to get $10,000 and $15,000 for these folks. Long story short, James Lee, father of the hamradio.world family, has been in the hospital for a few weeks now. He went in for minor heart surgery, turned into a big deal. Almost didn't make it. He's been in intensive care for a while. He went downhill really fast and he came back up. A lot of different details on their Facebook page. Go find James Lee. Lee is Lea. On the Facebook page. Hamradio.world is their YouTube channel and their website, both. But we're doing a fundraiser for them to try to help them out during their time of need. They're a family of self-employed people. They're all hams, and they've contributed quite a bit to the ham radio community over the last several years that they've been doing this. So really sucks that they're going through this at all, but it really sucks that they're going through it right now during this time of year. So whatever you can do to help with that. Steve just shared the link to the giveaway, which I'm getting to here in a second. If you guys have, either Frank or Steve, if you guys have the link to this GoFundMe, share it in the chat, please. If not, I'll share it later. But all the links will be in the description below for those of you on Team Replay. There, Frank just shared it right there, so thank you for that. Also, guess what happened on Christmas freaking Eve? About 2:30 in the afternoon local time, maybe 2:45, the channel rolled 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 of you guys out there, for some reason, are subscribed to me. I don't understand it. Personally, I think there's something mentally wrong with all of you, but hey, who am I to judge? But no, seriously, thank you very much for your continued support of this channel. Thank you very much for your very beneficial subscription, patronage, and everything else. I was just checking Josh's channel. Let me know if you guys came here from Josh's channel. Really great stream he did with Ray Novak and the ID52. This dude right here. In fact, I'm going to talk about this here in a second. Not as in-depth as he did. But yes. But yeah, 100,000 subscribers. Go sign up. Steve, KO4AFL, has shared the link in the chat. He will share it again, or perhaps Frank will share it again. Go sign up for the 100,000 giveaway. The giveaway I'm doing. Someone will win. Gosh, if I could talk. Someone will win a Flex Radio 6400M. And that live stream is going to be on Sunday, January 23rd. So next week is New Year's. We're going to do a happy hour at 10:30 p.m. Texas time. Friday night, December 31st, we're going to bring in the new year with a live stream on YouTube. I got a lot of different other YouTube channels joining me. We have a complete lineup that night. Frank, share your playlist in the chat. We have a playlist of 4 videos that are all happening the night of December 31st, New Year's Eve. My video is the very last one. I'm going to go live at 10:30 p.m. Texas time, and we're going to bring in the new year for the East Coast, for the Central Time Zone, and we'll just see how it goes. I don't know if we'll go to Mountain and West Coast time or not, but either way, going to have some really cool live streams that night, including Kyle's trivia. Kyle's going to do trivia that night. You guys who watch that, y'all know how cool that is. And then the next couple of weeks after that is the closeout of hunting season in Texas. I'll be out for some stuff here and there. I will be live streaming, but not in a really big beneficial capacity. The nice folks from Orlando Hamcation are going to come on in middle of, I think the weekend before the 100K live stream. They're going to come on where they're going to talk to us about Hamcation. That's going to be a really fun stream. And then we're going to give away a Flex Radio 6400M along with several radios from Baofeng Tech, a couple of things from Radioddity. Gigaparts is sending me something. Roger from RNL is going to give away a Nano VNA, one of the brand new models of Nano VNA. So we're going to have just a blowout of giveaways that night. And that's going to be a really fun stream. So mark your calendars, January 23rd, 7 p.m. normal time, Sunday night. And that's when we're going to do it. So that's going to be a really fun stream. So look forward to that, and should be really fun. Jackbox TV game night. Okay, man. I don't know what you're talking about, but a good deal. All right. So let me go over here. And Frank, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on, buddy. What's going on? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
What is up, Jason?
I shouldn't have told you that.
It's been a while since
It has been a while. It has been a while.
Frank, G5HJ, what's going on, my party people over there in the YouTube lands? Man.
Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have told you that. I should just let you go the whole stream being muted, but that's
it
all right.
popped up, so I didn't know you did it or
oh,
I did it.
Okay. Okay.
It said you were muted.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't mute you. No, I didn't mute you. No deal. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Christiana N6KV. Merry Christmas, Jason and Frank. I was on Josh's. Good deal. Yeah, Josh had a really good stream about the ID52 that went about an hour ago. So you guys go catch that on Team Replay if you missed it. Gary Miller for the 999 super chat. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here tonight as well.
I thought Ray was literally about to reach the screen and pull out that radio. From
he dunked the radio with a cup of water.
Yes.
He did that. What did he do that? Did he do that with the 5? I think he did that with the Yaesu FT5D as well. I've only ever dunked a Baofeng and it did not survive. So I'm like, yes, I killed a Baofeng. But I've never dunked a $500, $600 radio. But I don't know. Okay, that's cool. It's all good. But so what's going on in your world, Frank? How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. I went down to one of our local parks, the one out of the 3. We have the big DFW area that it stretches hundreds of miles. We only have 3 polo parks.
Yep.
So I went down there twice. I activated, probably got around 130 contacts, which will probably be updated tomorrow. We have a special little juju magic that we can go ahead and get those in there pretty fast. I know a lot of people are waiting for them to go up, but that's what I did today. I was at a
Good.
park and made 71 contacts, activated on 20 and also 40 meters. So I'm getting pretty good at it.
Good. And you're just using that G90.
Just
You're
the
not even running
G90.
100 watts.
Nope. 20 watts. That's all I'm doing on the Adams random wire infed antenna. That is pretty an awesome antenna, man.
Which infed again?
It's Adams infed. He sent it to
Oh,
me.
yes.
I think it's the one that he's trying to get up somewhere big. Once it goes on sale, I'm going to go ahead and announce it. But I've been using that pretty well.
So I have one of his antennas that he told me was limited to 5 or 10 watts.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of his early on. I've had it for like over a year. I've used it a couple of times. I'm not big on QRP.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's got one, that goes, that'll handle the G90 20 watts, that's good. I'd be interested in that myself. So,
I think
but yeah, I know he's
up to 100 watts. And handle FT8.
No, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because I asked him specifically about if he would ever make a 100-watt antenna, and he's like, well, I've thought about it, but realistically, the PAC 10 is already out there, and I can't do any better than that, which I don't know if I agree with him on that. He probably could do just as good, if not better than that. PAC 10 is great. The PAC 10 is a fantastic antenna, but Adam sells himself short. He's a little bit too humble about that. But I don't think he's actually making a 100-watt antenna. Now, you're talking sideband, 20 watts. Okay, yeah, his antenna might handle that, but if you were to dump 20 watts of FT8 into that antenna, I wonder if
he said it would handle it.
He said it would. Okay, good.
I need to get it to do that. I need to start fiddling and getting FT8 going, and that's one of my side projects I want to do for my channel coming this new year, man.
Yeah. Good. We should do that. We should do that for sure.
And sorry if I sound a little nasally. Allergies kicked my butt yesterday. And I've been blowing my nose all day. I'm sore even in my chest from sneezing so much. So
I know it. Yeah, man, I had that crud a couple weeks ago, and but it's just going around. So yeah, Josh is in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Ham Radio Crash Course. He's like, sorry, I went a little long. It's not a big deal. We're all good. So we were laughing at you dunking that $600 radio in the cup of water before you got here.
I bet it's still in the water. I bet it's still in the water.
I bet he pulled it out as soon as you turned the camera off. Get that thing out of there. So
rice. Where's the rice?
Yeah. Where's the rice? So my wife bought me 2 bottles of bourbon barrel aged beer. This is a BBA Imperial Milk Stout from 3 Nations called Switchyard. Oh, it's got a picture of a train on it. So Switchyard is in railroad. It is brewed with cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee. And I typically don't like bourbon barrel-aged stouts because I find that they're often too sweet. I don't like I like flavor, but I don't like it when it just tastes like sugar. Like some of these chocolate stouts. Yeah, it tastes like chocolate with a bunch of sugar added in. I don't like that. But if it tastes like chocolate, that's okay. This one does not taste that way. This one is not too sweet. I think it's got a hint of vanilla and cinnamon to it. I can't really taste the coffee. Yeah, more cinnamon than vanilla, I think. But that is a very good stout, I think. So
nice.
Hats off. Yeah, my wife did a really good job. 3 Nations.
3 Nations.
3 Nations, yeah.
Yes.
She's bought me a bottle of scotch a couple of years at Christmas. And 2 of these bottles of beer does not equal 1 bottle of scotch, so she kind of cheaped out this year. I'm only saying that because I know she's in the chat. I saw her in the chat earlier. No, it's all good. It's all good. But this is very good. So yeah, they had some, we went there for a date night the other night. They had trivia for Die Hard.
Ooh.
She's like, hey, they have trivia for Die Hard. I'm like, let's go. So we got like 3rd place out of like 25 teams or something like that. But yeah, but it was
on Wednesday nights I do trivia with my non-techie friends, and that's one of my nights I don't stream or do anything on the internet. And it's usually trivia, and we placed fairly well last time. We got best around twice. Yay. We still lost though.
That's great. Oh well, that's all right. Yeah, we didn't win, but out of It was just the two of us, and several of the teams had like 6 or 7 people, and we beat all those teams. So like, I don't care. So Ray Novak's in the chat as well. Thanks for being here, Ray. Don't worry about running over. I'm sure people are very interested to hear about the new ID52. Mine will be here on Tuesday. Roger from RNL is sending me one that I paid for. Well, he sent me a bill for it. I haven't paid for it yet. So, but I've got this Japanese model, and I'm going to talk about this one later on in the chat. So you guys stick around, because I think you might be kind of interested in what I'm doing with this one. I'm going to do something special with this one in the chat.
Water dunk it.
So, no, I'm not going to water dunk it. It's going to go to someone.
For
free. I'm giving it away to a special person for free. So y'all stick around and watch for that. So, my wife says I'll get coal next time. I don't care.
We don't need that in Texas. It's already 80 outside.
I was going to say, the weather forecast this week it was freaking 80 degrees yesterday on Christmas.
It was
80 degrees outside, and it's going to be 80 degrees all week. High 70s, low 80s.
Well, 3 weeks ago, it was like upper 40s to mid 40s.
Yes.
Like, okay, winter's here, and that went away.
So I was live streaming FT8 Christmas morning. I had 250 people watching me. So I'm doing that again. That was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed the heck out of that, because the band, I live streamed not only because it was Christmas morning, but because the band has been up. Like 12 meters, 15, 17 meters have been up, 40 meters in the morning. And if you get up early enough in the morning, you get on 40 meters, you can get Japanese stations on FT8 all day long. So it's been some really cool DX on multiple bands on FT8. And yes, some sideband stuff too. And it's just been really fun the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to do some live streams with FT8 and just kind of check all this out. So we did one Christmas morning, and people got up, and we started at 7 a.m. local time, and we went until 9 a.m. and then the Coffee and Ham Radio guys took over, and it was just freaking fun. That was really fun. So I'm going to probably do that next year. But that morning I was like, Ray was in the chat that morning too, and Ray just lives about an hour south of us, and I'm like, dude, what is up with the weather? And he said the best thing that I've heard yet. He said, "Oh, it's Richard at MTC's fault," because he said he put up that if it snows, it's free at MTC thing. Yeah, it's 80 degrees on Christmas there, jackwagon. It's snowing today.
No one's going to get anything free here.
No one's getting anything free from MTC when it's 80 degrees outside, buddy. So that was freaking funny. But
has that ever paid out?
I don't think so. I don't think it's ever. I've lived in North Texas my entire life, and it snowed really hard on Christmas Eve like 12 or 15 years ago. And that's the only time. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It does snow in North Texas, but generally speaking, it's like in February.
Agreed.
It's usually in like February when it snows out here, or starts to ice and it gets really bad ice, or a snowstorm or an ice storm or something like that. That usually happens late January, mid-February, somewhere in there. So December is usually not that. So it's a really good, gamble that Richard out there in Main Training Company is doing. He's a great dude. MTCRadio.com. Highly recommend you guys go in and checking out his stuff. Wild Cascadia Radio, Anime. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you being here tonight. Ham chicks rule and all that.
They do. They do.
So I put together a PowerPoint presentation for tonight, which I don't normally do that. I don't normally put together PowerPoint presentations. Nothing wrong with them, of course, but let me see, which screen is that? Oh yeah, there it is right there. So I put together a PowerPoint presentation called Best of 2020 in Ham Radio. And I'm just going to go through some stuff that I have noticed in the ham radio world over the last year. 2020 I'm such a recluse, guys. I'm such a complete recluse that 2020 being locked down, besides the freedom aspect of it, we're not going to get into the political stuff, but being locked down and not able to see people, that didn't bother me like at all. I'm like, send me out to 100 acres in the country and I'll just stay there for 10 years. That didn't bother me at all.
I realized how much of an extrovert I am 2 months into it, I'm running around the house. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me
All
out, let me
right.
out.
Dude, I was the opposite. I was like 6 months into it. I was like, damn, it's over already. Sheesh. So, but I mean, I'm not trying to defend it or anything like that. I'm just saying it didn't bother me as much as it's bothered some people.
Mhm.
But, the thing that did bother me in 2020 was the lack of Hamfests, the lack of gathering and ham radio gatherings that we could get to. Hamfests are a great time to kind of do a face QSO with people that you normally talk to on the air, whether it's over a repeater or over HF or whatever. But we didn't have that in 2020. So in 2021, I think there was a lot more happening in 2021 than there was in 2020. And I just thought it'd be a cool thing to do tonight to kind of go over some of the stuff and talk about what's upcoming in 2022, because we got some really cool plans for 2022 as well. Frank and I have bought our plane tickets for Orlando. So we'll be flying out to Orlando the Wednesday evening before Hamcation. So we'll be there all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we fly home Sunday evening.
Really late Sunday evening.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, the show will go till 1 or 2 in the afternoon, something like that.
Mhm.
So we'll just kind of hang out at Hamcation that day, and when it wraps up, we'll take an Uber back to the airport and find a bar and just kind of chill out for a little bit. So that's usually what I do anyway.
Mhm.
But it's yeah, we're looking forward to Hamcation. Again, those guys, the Hamcation guys who have come onto the channel a month or so ago, they're coming. He emailed me. What's his name? Matt, Mark, not Mark. Mark's Huntsville. I get the names. Yeah, he emailed me. Yeah, well, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, I guess. I don't know. But no, they came on the channel. They came on the channel before that. No, he emailed me the other day. And he's like, hey, we got some updates. We want to come back on the channel in January. I'm like, great, let's do that. So he'll be back on the channel. I think it's the Sunday before my giveaway. So like the 16th or 17th, whatever that Sunday is. So they're coming back on the channel, going to tell us all about Orlando Hamcation. It's going to really be a really fun show. So that ought to be good. Let me just check the chat here, make sure. Todd Riddle, hope your Christmas is great and that you received a radio or electronic items you asked for from Santa. No, I didn't really get any radio stuff this year. I got a couple of books I've been wanting to read. My in-laws gave me some books. I got a couple of studio items that I had in my Amazon wish list, like an external light for having on your camera and whatnot. But I didn't get any radio stuff. Which is okay. I didn't really ask for any radio stuff. I've got so much radio stuff already. I don't know, man. No. What'd you get, Frank?
Mostly I got money. I didn't really have a lot of things I asked
Never
for.
on
I was
money.
just like, you know what? There's so many things I'm doing to upgrade this area. I need to buy a pegboard over there and start sprucing this up and building out my studio shack office here. And I was just like, I just kind of need money right now.
Well, hey, nothing wrong with money.
No.
So that's good. So Facebook user Eddie Bell, KE2EEB, says, Jason, your videos help me get my technician license. So congrats on your technician license, and I hope to work you on the air sometime. Thanks for being here, buddy. Cool. So yeah, so I put together like a few notes and a few comments and a few just kind of observations for 2021 that I just wanted to go through everyone with tonight. And I would be interested to see those of you watching in the live chat and those of you watching on Team Replay. I would be interested to see in what you have, what you saw in 2021 that really either impressed you or surprised you or that you were really happy about. I mean, what are some good things for you that came out of 2021? Obviously, the first one for me, and I'll get to this here in a slide in a minute, but 100,000 subscribers, man, I'm just floored by that. That's just freaking awesome. I mean, not because of anything I've done. Well, maybe a little bit that I've done, but you guys, I mean, I could put up videos all day long and nobody could subscribe, but you guys in the audience are really the ones who really did that. And I'm incredibly excited for one of y'all to win that Flex Radio. I think it's going to be a really fun giveaway that night. So
it will make a great addition right here.
Yeah, you're not going to win.
picked out for it.
I saw you and Shane arguing in Discord the other day about who was going to win it, and I can tell you right now, it's not going to be either one of you guys.
Oh, I've registered like 4 emails.
I know it, yeah, but guess what? If you win it, I'm going to the next person, because there's no way I'm going to give away a radio on my chat to you, because everybody would be like, what the crap is this? And I'll have like half of my subscribers leave overnight. So if you do win, if I pick your number, I'll do something special for you, Frank. How's that? But you're not going to win that radio. But if you or Shane or one of the other YouTubers, if you guys actually do win, that might be kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have to do something special for you, because I want one of the actual subscribers to win that radio. So it's all good. So some of the cool things that happened in 2021. Here's the stats from my own channel. This is a picture of us out at the Sierra Nevada last is that September?
Yes,
September, I think. Yeah, this is that's Javi and Chris and myself and Frank and Charlie and Adam all out there, and there's nobody in the back. That's good. That's a really cool shot. That I forget who took that shot.
I think that was my setup.
Was that your setup?
I couldn't remember who did it.
That was just a really wide angle, a really cool looking wide angle shot. You can't see it very well in the camera, I'm sure, but that was a really cool wide angle. Anyway, we had a really good time out at the Sierra Nevada. There's no S on the end of that, as Adam tells me. Okay, I'm sorry, but we had a really good time out there. So that was a picture. So boy, that's wrong. Started in 20. Oh yeah, okay. Never mind. I misread my own writing. Okay, so I started my channel in 2015, and at the end of 2020, so 5.5 really years later, I had 58,000 subscribers. But by the end of 2021, I almost doubled that number. So I gained 58,000 subscribers in 5.5 years, and then just in 2021, I gained another 42,000 subs. And I posted a brand new 270 videos in 2021. So some of you ask, wow, Jason, how do you put up so much content? Well, I don't do anything else. That's all I do. That's why I haven't built my DX Commander. I'm making videos. So.
That should be a video, Jason.
Yeah. It's going to be. Yeah. No, I'm working on that. Yeah. No, that's going to be a real thing. That's going to be a real thing. So yeah, that's good there. So that's how the channel grew for 1 year. And once again, that's a lot of the thanks is to you guys in the audience for doing that. And it's been a really fun ride. So some other stuff that happened in 2020, K8 MRD moved to Texas. And some of you guys know his story. Long story short, and he can tell you more about this. And he's shared this on YouTube, so I don't have a problem with sharing it. But he moved to Texas, I think it was right at the beginning of the year in 2021. Because he came to Winter Field Day in January, at the end of January, and he'd only been here for 2 or 3 weeks at that point. Because I remember him announcing he's like, hey, I'm moving to Texas. I'm like, hey, come to Winter Field Day. He's like, well, I don't know if I'll be there by then. And he was, and he drove up from his home in Huntsville, Texas, which is like maybe 2.5 hours from the hunting lease. And he came to Winter Field Day, and he was at Field Day. He was at Winter Field Day and Field Day in June. Well, somewhere around, I don't remember when it was exactly, he lost his job. They moved him up here. He worked there for 6 months, and he lost his job. And that's what the thumbnail on the top right of the screen there. Help, I just lost my job. What do I do? And he started hitting me up, and he's like, dude, what about this and this and this? I'm like, oh, now you want to know how to monetize your channel. Okay, I got it. And no, Mike's a good dude. He's done a fantastic job of making videos. He is hustling, man. I tell you what, he is hustling, going out to parks, making contacts, doing new radios, new antennas, new everything. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do this. Here's my mic on backpack. I'm going to go hike out here for 3 miles and make POTA contacts. So he moved to Texas, lost his job, started doing YouTube full time. That's what he's doing right now. I spoke to him. I speak to him actually fairly regularly. He's going to come down to Galveston next weekend. We're going to go do POTA on January 1st at Galveston Island State Park. So we'll probably record that. And we're going to go do POTA.
You forgot about me.
Wait till the next slide.
Oh. No.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there's a plane going over me. It's really loud. So Mike has done really well with his channel. And we're gonna go do POTA next week. He's gonna be at Winter Field Day again at the end of the month, and some really cool stuff with that. So you guys go out there and subscribe to K8 Ermity if you're not already. His channel has been growing pretty well, but he's really trying to make a go of doing ham radio YouTube full time, and he does a fantastic job on it. He does a lot better job on several things than I do. He enjoys building antennas a lot more than I do. Here's the thing about ham radio. I'm not joking at all right now when I say this, okay? I joke around a lot, and I make a lot of jokes about different YouTubers and about myself. In reality, there's certain things I enjoy doing that others don't. And there's certain things that others enjoy doing that I don't. And there's nothing wrong with any of it, okay? I enjoy DMR. So my latest jab to people will say, oh, well, you built your DX Commander yet? I was like, no, but I've built, like 12 code plugs for DMR. How many have you built? And they're like, what is that? Exactly. So I'm like, and it's just all in good fun. So Mike's really good at building antennas. He enjoys that. He likes making antennas out of wire and certain things and just kind of doing different stuff. Nothing wrong with any of that. It's just not something I enjoy as much as he does, but I'm getting more into it. So
I'm getting that bug lately. I built that dipole, and I
Yeah.
am planning my fan dipole for my backyard. It's fun.
Good. What fan dipole are you going to build for your backyard? Are you going to build one?
I'm going to build one. I am going to do a 40, 80, and 20 fan dipole.
You probably have the room to do that. I tried to put up an 80-meter center fed dipole. I don't have enough room in my backyard. There's not. I can't put it up. I would have to bend it and like make it go like one part this way and one part that way or something, and that's inefficient. So I don't have enough room to do that. But you probably do. Your yard's a lot bigger. Your backyard's a lot bigger than mine is. So that would be interesting to see. I've got a couple of fan dipoles that if you want to, that are pre-built, already built. If you want to use one of them, you're welcome to them. But
I'm building them all.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing this. It's going to
do that. That'd be cool.
It's coming up first quarter.
Okay. Good deal. Well, we need to get you 100 watts up there.
Yes, it's coming.
So, okay. All right, good. So, Don says, damn, Frank, 80 meters. So,
well, I got to join my people.
You know what? I would love to have enough room in my yard to do a freaking 80-meter antenna. I really would, but I don't have that much room in my. Now, I could string it out to the front yard. I got a really big I can't remember the name of the tree right now. Bradford pear. I got a really big Bradford pear tree in the front of my yard, and I could string part of it up in the top of the Bradford pear tree and all of it to the backyard. And I got enough room to do that. It's just a matter, do I want to string something up all the way to my front yard? Now, if it goes into the tree, probably no one would ever see it, including my wife. She's listening right now. That's why I'm saying that. So maybe I'll do something like that soon, but I just haven't done it yet. In my backyard, there's not enough room to do that. So anyway,
we'll plan it out. Back to Mike.
Yeah.
Back to Mike.
Yeah. So Mike's been doing a really good job. We did a late shift live stream with him a couple of times, and then some schedules kind of got whacked around. We've got the Ham Radio Happy Hour, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. We've got Frank's been doing a trivia thing. So we kind of do a late shift sometimes. I think what I'm going to do, and Mike doesn't know this yet, I think what I'm going to try to get him to do is come on to my Wednesday streams with me, which I do every week, because I'm like, let's face it, he doesn't have a job. So he, well, I mean, like YouTube is his job. I'm teasing him, of course, but I'm like, hey, Mike, why don't you come on to some of my Wednesday streams? We'll just do a thing like every other week or something. So I might try to get him to do that. We had a pretty good audience on our late shift live streams the first several weeks we did it, but then it kind of got, for lack of a better term, it kind of got stale because we weren't really talking about anything. There was no subject. We just got on, we just clicked go and said, hey, what's going on? We're just talking about whatever. And that's fun to do sometimes, but not every week. It's not fun to do every week. And at least the audience doesn't think it's fun to do every week. So, but yeah, K8 MRD moves to Texas, loses his job, goes full-time on YouTube. And that was a good thing. I think it was a good thing for him. I'm a very big entrepreneur. I like it when people start their own businesses, and that's what he's done. So hats off to Mike. You guys go subscribe to him if you haven't already. And guess what? Frank broke over 1,000 subs this year. Look at that.
Yay! In 1 year. Yeah.
In 1 year. Yeah. When did you start?
Are we going to say when I recognized my 1 year or when it actually happened?
Well, I don't recognize my anniversary until like 9 months after I put up my first video. Because I put up my first video and I threw it up there and I forgot about it. And I just did it for a totally different reason than to start a channel. So by the time I decided to start the channel and gave it a name and started putting up regular videos, it was 9 months later. So whatever date you want to pick, what is that?
Technically, my first video was uploaded in October, and for some reason, I kept thinking it was December when I started this with right before the hard lockdowns happened, and that's why December stuck in my head. And then when I was trying to plan that 1 year anniversary stream for my channel, I went back and it's like, okay, I'm gonna miss this by a couple of weeks, see how bad it was. And I pulled up the first video October. I was like, whoops. Oh well.
Oops. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. 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 Well, you know what? And that's okay. That's okay. And then just pick a date to be my date is actually May 2nd of 2015. That's when I put up my second video. My first video was put up in August of 2014. But like I said, I just put it up so, hey, here's how to program this radio. Here's a link. See ya. And I didn't look at that video for like 4 months. And I went back and looked at it. It had like 7,500 views. And I'm like, what are people doing? Why are people watching this? I don't get it. So yeah, that's why I kind of put up my new thing there. So N5SKT says, what happened to the tower? My tower.
Talking about doing a tower sometime in your backyard.
So, I have a tower. I have 5 sections of 10-foot tower. So 50-foot tower. And I was going to try, I was like, I'm going to put that up this year. I'm going to do it this summer. Well, right about the time that field day happened, which is late June, Joe and Steven, who from Crockett, who come up to, they're like, hey, we have this crank up tower that needs new hardware. And they said the tower's in great shape, but it needs new hardware. It needs new pulley, new cables, new this and new that. But if you want it, you can have it. Just come and get it. And I'm like, well, how tall is it? 61 feet. I'm like, yes, I want it. Thank you very much. So I thought that would be really cool rebuild. I'm going to do a video about rebuilding and refurbishing a crank-up tower. I'm going to put a crank-up tower out there now that I can crank. It cranks down to like 21 feet, cranks up to like 62 or 63 feet. And I'm like, this is going to be freaking cool. So that's why I didn't put my tower up this year, because I got another tower. So I'm going to take the 50-foot section of tower. I'm going to put it up at the deer lease.
Yes.
I'm going to dig a big hole, put a bunch of concrete in it, and put it at the deer lease, and hopefully get internet out there at some point and be able to do a remote station, but that's way down the line. So yeah, so the crank up tower is coming. I got to do a rebuild. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next year, after rebuilding it, do several videos on rebuilding a crank up tower. We'll be doing an actual tower.
You have install. A lot of plans for that deer lease, or the undisclosed deer lease, and I'm looking forward to helping them out and get them all going.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be fun. But anyway, congrats on growing to 1,000 subs, Frank. That is great.
Thank you.
I have to take credit for introducing the world to Tank Radio, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know if you want that credit.
Right.
Because
correct. Yeah.
What came out of that is people doing this.
That's very true. I didn't even think about that. So yeah. In fact, somebody in the chat just said, "Hey, I just went and subscribed to Tank Radio." Well, good deal. Appreciate you guys.
Everyone helps.
Yeah, for sure. So
what else you got to inflate my ego? Please go on.
Huntsville Hamfest. Huntsville Hamfest last August was the biggest Hamfest that has happened in the last 2 years because of COVID.
Yes.
But that was a fantastic show. Look at all these pictures. This on the top left over here, this is Eric and I with Jason from Gigaparts sneaking in behind us.
Mm-hmm.
And then this picture at the top right, all 4 of us named Jason. Apparently you had to be named Jason or Mike or Steve. There were more Steves than there were Jasons actually at the Huntsville Hamfest. And it was, that was a fun time. This picture on the bottom left is all of us. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people there that are all YouTubers that have had something to do with YouTube on ham radio, YouTube, whatever. So it was just a really fun time. And then the picture at the bottom right is the ARRL. That's David Minster at the bottom left corner of that picture right here. He's the current CEO of ARRL. I've had him on the show a couple of times. He's a great dude. He invited us. He's like, hey, I want to take all the content creators to pizza dinner tonight. And I'm like, shoot, let's go. Let's do it. And he was just very gracious and very supportive of the channel. So special thanks to the ARRL and David Minster, especially for just supporting the content creators on YouTube who we want to promote amateur radio and move it forward. At least all of the guys who are involved in what I will call for the moment my group of the YouTubers bunch, because I was the first one to actually do the group video. All of the people. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Who was before me?
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. I'm not trying to, it's our group. It's our group. It really is. We just had everybody on my channel the first time. But all of the people, and there's some people I've never had on my channel. I'll let you guys just kind of chew on that and think what you want to about it. But all the people who have ever been on my channel, Happy Hour, YouTubers Bunch videos, any one-on-one interviews, all of those guys are fantastic promoters of amateur radio, and I believe in them. That's why I've invited them on my channel. So it's great to see those kind of people on the channel. But yeah, Huntsville Hamfest was great. Gigaparts gave us all a booth space, gave us each an hour, and they're going to do that again in Orlando in February. They're going to have a bigger booth in Orlando. Orlando's a bigger show than Huntsville. But Gigaparts is going to give us some booth space in Orlando in February for several of us on Friday and Saturday, I think it is. But the administrators and I'll say owners, the guys who were in charge of Huntsville Hamfest came in. They gave us a forum room one day, and you could see that entire forum session that we did is on Josh's channel. So go check that out. And they gave us the Huntsville administrators, they gave us that room. They let us do what we wanted to. They supported us, and that's the first time that's ever happened. In a really big Hamfest. That's the first time that's ever happened for content creators to get such recognition from Hamfest administrators. So it was a really fun time. That was the first really big Hamfest that happened due to all the lockdowns and COVID and blah, blah, blah. And we had a really good time at Huntsville, and we want to do it again next year. We're already planning Huntsville for next year. It's going to be a really fun time in August. But we're going to go to Orlando in February, and we're going to go to Dayton, hopefully go to Dayton in May, and then we'll be back in Huntsville in August. So special thanks to all the folks in Huntsville that made that possible. It was a really great time that weekend. Anything to add, Frank?
No, I just had a blast, and I am surprised that we made it to the Hamfest the first morning.
I know.
After the meetup we did.
That's very true.
And I'm looking forward to another awesome epic meetup we'll probably announce closer to getting there.
Yes. Yeah. So Orlando's got a really big fairground / RV area in the back of their facility. A lot of people go up there in RV camp, and we're already planning on that. We've already talked about that. So if you guys have been to Orlando before, you know where I'm talking about. If you're YouTube channel subscribers, members of any of us, go to Orlando, come hang out with us. We'd love to see you. So
it'll be announced and that's everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's in the chat. 84MQ's in the chat. Hamcation is going to be awesome. Yes, it is. Partially because it's so close to him, he didn't have to drive very far to get to it. But yeah, so okay. So next is Gigaparts, which I mentioned a minute ago. They gave us some space at Orlando. They gave us some space at Huntsville. They're giving us some space at Orlando. Gigaparts is what'd I say?
You messed it up.
Okay. So they gave us some space at the Huntsville Hamfest. They're going to give us some space at the Orlando Hamcation in February. I'm talking too fast. That's what it is. And they have been incredibly supportive of my channel, of Frank's channel, of Mike's channel, and a couple of Ham Radio Concepts, Eric's channel. They've been really supportive of stuff like that, and I just want to give a hats off to Gigaparts right here. They are just incredible supporters of the YouTubers in general, and of just amateur radio, because it's, you know, some of these manufacturers and some of these retailers, they don't I don't know how to say this really. Some of them appreciate us more than others do. Okay. And all we really want to do is get people to watch our videos. So sometimes people watch the videos and sometimes people don't watch the videos. But Gigaparts has been incredibly supportive of several of us, not just me. And they've given us, and they've given you guys discounts. You can see on the screen right there, they've got these new batteries that are in stock, these lithium iron phosphate batteries. You can save 5% with my code. Carbon fiber mass and tripods, Rig Expert, everything from Rig Expert, Messy and Plummy coax, everything from M&P coax, and BHI audio. And you can go to hamradio2.com and click on affiliates and deals at the top, right there. This link right here. And scroll down to the Gigaparts section, which is in alphabetical order, and you can see links and the discount codes for everything. So PO4 batteries are right there. HRP4 is the discount code for that. 5% off of these batteries. These batteries are priced. These are lithium iron phosphate batteries that are priced lower than Bioenno already. Now, are they as good as Bioenno? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they are. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. Nothing wrong with Bioenno. Bioenno makes excellent batteries. But these are also excellent batteries. They don't have the power poles coming out the top like Bioenno does, but they have a screen on the top that tells you the voltage, the amperage, and the percentage. And you can turn the screen off so it doesn't run down the battery. And then they have a couple of different chargers. They have 3 different sizes, 12 amp hour, 24 amp hour, and 50 amp hour. And you're going to see a lot of videos upcoming on the channel about those because they're just fantastic batteries that really, really work well. I've used a couple of them already. I'm going to take the 50 amp hour and make a battery box, a portable like a GoKit battery box, and that's going to be a fun video as well. So special thanks to Gigaparts because they are so awesome to all of the ham radio YouTubers, and they just really support us. So I really like supporting them because they support us. It's a very give and take situation. So they're just great people to have around. Frank, you have anything to add to that?
No, they're very supportive. Jason's helped me out a bunch, and go over there and help support them because
absolutely
they're very supportive of our ham community.
Yeah, they are. They're good folks. Good folks. They have a store in their main store is in Huntsville, Alabama, but they have another store in Las Vegas. I've never been to the Las Vegas store, but one of these days I'm going to get out there. So I've been to Las Vegas like 4 or 5 times, but I've never been to their store yet. So I'm looking forward to going out there. So that's good. Okay, good. All right, so next, let me pull this back up. So look at all the new radios we got in 2021. This isn't even all of them. This is not even all of them. The top left is the new Elecraft K4. And if you guys have like $10,000 just laying around that you are thinking about throwing away because you have too much money, go buy an Elecraft K4. It doesn't cost that much. It costs about half that. But Elecraft K4, probably the pinnacle of the new radios that came out in 2021. Seriously. That is a freaking awesome radio. I did a review, a very high level, not very in-depth review of that exact radio you see in that picture. My buddy Jim, Whiskey 5 Alpha Papa, he has one. He ordered it at Dayton Hamvention of 2019. It took him 2 years to get it, but he got it like middle of September or something, or no, middle of October, I think. Great radio, a lot of features, a lot of extra stuff in it, touchscreen, just all this kind of stuff, built-in sound card, just freaking awesome radio. So if you're very serious about HF, Elecraft is the way to go. They are made in the USA and just awesome pieces of equipment. The one at the top right is the brand new Zygoose X6100 that just came out. Screen very similar to the IC705. Not as well put together as the IC705. The IC705 is a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, reliable. Probably.
I'm waiting to see where you go on this one.
Yeah. Probably the IC705 is a little bit more polished, a little bit more reliable. But the Zygoose is about half the price, and it has an internal tuner, which the ICOM doesn't have. Now, is it a better radio? No, probably not. Probably not. The ICOM's probably a much better radio. And the ICOM's probably got more accessories to it, too. But, $1,300 for a QRP radio is a little bit steep. It's like Elecraft area. Nothing wrong with that. But, it's just about what you want. People say, well, which one should I buy? And my answer is always the same. You should buy both, because that's what I do. Just get both of them and then make your own determination. Use both of them, see which one you like better, and then sell the other one or give it to a friend. Get someone interested in ham radio. Do that. So yeah, but the screen on the new X6100 is beautiful. It's a beautiful screen, great waterfall, great software, internal battery. Internal battery, internal sound card, internal tuner, interfaces with their external amplifier, their external 100-watt amplifier very well. You'll see some POTA activations with that setup and configuration on my channel soon. So really great radio there. At the bottom left is the TX500 from Lab 599, which is out of the Ukraine, I think. I think that's right, Ukraine. Really nice folks. Traded some emails with them. HRO had their radio on their website, then they took it off, and then like 3 days later, they put it back on. So you can go to hamradio.com, Ham Radio Outlet's website, and find that radio. Really small, really thin, very lightweight. Great QRP rig if you're packing for backpack, lightweight, portable, whatnot, and just really pretty screen. Very monochrome screen, not colored, not waterfall, not a lot of features, but a very lightweight and portable radio if you're looking for that sort of thing. In the middle, of course, is the FTM 6000 from Yaesu. That's their newest mobile radio, dual band, full-powered, analog-only radio. Really good feature. And then our Finder at the bottom right just came out with the P10 tablet, which is the green tablet on the right of that picture. And then that's their B1 phone on the left of that picture. But what's not pictured there is their B1 Plus phone, which just came out. And I keep teasing Bob. I'm like, you haven't sent me one yet. I haven't done a video yet, Bob. Come on, Bob. Let's go, Bob. Come on, sometime today, Bob. Bob's a good dude. He's going to be at Winter Field Day with us, and he better bring me a damn B1 Plus. So I'm going to give I've got a B1. I'm going to give it to my nephew, who just got his license. He's an iPhone boy. So I'm like, I got to brainwash you in the other direction.
That would do it.
Yeah. So we're going to give away the B1 to my nephew, 14 years old, who just got his ham radio license, and I'm going to take the B1 Plus, do some videos with it. Should be really fun. But yeah, our Finder's a great product. The new P10 tablet has built-in RTL SDR. So you can do an SDR HF receiver. It's got 2 antenna ports on the top of it. One is for the dual band DMR radio that's built in, and one is for the RTL SDR HF receiver. So it's really cool features on that device. And our Finder makes a fantastic product. We've been following them for years, and really like what they're doing in the ham radio community. So let's go back here and look. Christiana got the M&P coax. Mike's code was 5%, so I used yours.
How did you get that? You got 10% over Mike. I saw that.
Ask Gigaparts. I don't know. Yeah, I'm special. I don't know. No, I know. Yeah, but most people have 5% off of most things. But yeah, I got 10% off of M&P coax for some reason. So now Mike's got a bunch of Mike contacted the guys at M&P and said, "Hey, we're going to do Winter Field Day as a group, and we're going to video it. Can you send us some free coax?" And they're like, "Yeah." So he's got a lot of free coax coming for Winter Field Day. So you'll see some of that. That's going to be fun. Really great coax. Coax.
I'm about to buy a lot of coax coming up because I'm going to be building out my shack, and I'm going to need a lot of coax.
Get with Gigaparts and get the Broad Pro 50.
Okay.
And ask them, contact and say, I want this much Broad Pro 50. I'm not telling you they'll give it to you for free, but
no.
They might give you a discount, or if they make you buy it, use my code. But if you do videos on it, then that'd be a cool video, I think. So
offhanded, how much crimping have you done on coaxial cables?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. All right.
You mean crimping like damaging it, or crimping ends onto it?
Crimping ends.
Because
I need to get over this mental hurdle of crimping the ends on the coax cables is hard.
Crimping ends is easy. Soldering the ends on, which is what I've done with all my M&P stuff, I've soldered it on. That's a little bit more challenging, but it's not bad. So it's pretty good. But you know what? If you do it correctly, you only have to do it once, and it lasts for freaking ever.
Exactly. That's what I'm.
So it's good stuff.
On.
Really good stuff there. So, but that's M&P that's new radios that we saw in 2021. That's not even all of them, really, guys. I mean, it's That's the big ones there. We saw the FT5D from Yaesu, which is their new HT. We saw the ID52, which just came out like last freaking week.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, you know what? This is a good opportunity for me to do this right here. So those of you who've been watching me for a while, I got this ID52 from Japan. Ordered it from Japan. One of the other YouTubers in the UK, Chris, Digital Analog Ham, he's like, hey, he sent me an email one day and he's like, hey, they have the Japanese version out. Why don't you order it? I'm like, okay, cool. So I ordered it and paid like $85 to ship it or something like that. So this is the Japanese version. The battery's dead. Yep, battery's dead. And it's locked down. It basically goes from like 144 to 146. So it doesn't go to the repeater range, or not many of the repeater ranges for 2 meters. And it goes from 420 to 440. So it doesn't go from between 440 and 450 for the 440 range repeaters. But Chris says 2E0 UKH, he's Digital Analog Radio on YouTube. Good dude. Really, really fun videos he makes. He says this matches the band plan for the UK. So it's an Asian version radio from Japan, but their band plan for 2 meters and 440 matches Europe, or at least the UK. So I ordered, and the USA version of this radio just dropped like last week. So I emailed Roger at Arnell, which is where I get most of my my ICOM Kenwood Yaesu radios. I usually get those from him. And I said, let me know when you get them and send me one. He's like, okay. And then I get a shipment notification like Thursday or something last week. Or no, Wednesday or Thursday of last week. And it'll be here Tuesday. So you'll see some videos on that upcoming. So this radio, I've got full box, original everything. I'm going to give this radio, and I hit this guy up today. So you guys know Andy Cowley, that's in all the chats. He's in Europe. And he is always he's always first in all the chats.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it either.
Every time.
Right. I'm going to give this radio to him. I'm just going to box it up and ship it to him and say, here you go, buddy. Thanks for being awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
To use KM9G's phrase. But yeah, so this is going to Andy, 2E0REE, I think is his call sign. I could have that wrong. This is going to Andy Cowley because he's so awesome. He's in all of our chat, not just in my chat. He's in Josh's stream, Frank's stream, Ape, Coffee and Ham Radios, everybody, all the YouTubers. He's in everybody's stream. And everybody, if I were to ask all the YouTubers about Andy Cowley, they'd be like, oh yeah, he's a great dude. So since this radio is locked down from what we can use in the USA, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send it to him. I don't even care. I'm just going to send it to him. YouTube's been good to me. You guys have been good to me. Super chats have been good to me. I'm just going to send this radio to Andy. It's going to cost me a couple of bucks to ship it to Europe, but whatever. So it's all good. So you guys congratulate Andy for doing that. Andy will, hopefully, I will ask him to take a picture of it and post it on Instagram or Twitter. so that we can share that with the general public when he gets that. So he was in the chat earlier, but I don't see him right now. So Andy, let me know if you're out there. It's a little bit late for him. It's probably almost 2 a.m.
He's there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. So thanks for being there, Andy. You're one of the pinnacles and one of the staples of the chats and all of the super chat and all of the live chats for the YouTubers. I know I speak for everybody when I say it's really great seeing you out there every time. So yeah, that radio is going to him. All right, so new radios. And I will say something about Yaesu. Okay, Yaesu leads the way. I did that on purpose. Yaesu leads the way. So since COVID has happened, Yaesu has released 4 new radios. Okay, the FTM 300 at the top left, the FT5D, the FTDX10, which is a fantastic HF radio. Love that freaking HF radio. And then the FTM 6000, which is their newest radio. So during COVID, when one company basically stopped making radios completely, and another company kept making radios but was delayed, and the Chinese are kind of there, sort of, blah, 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 Yaesu just keep releasing stuff, man. And John Crook has been on my channel 2 or 3 times. He's a great dude, really, he's a fellow cigar smoker. What's wrong with that? So I hit up John one time. I ordered my FTM 6000 from RNL, which, like I said a minute ago, I get most of my Kenwood, ICOM, and Yaesu stuff from RNL. So I got an FTM 6000 from RNL, and it arrived like on a Monday or Tuesday, and I do my live streams on Wednesday, as you guys know, my lunchtime streams. So that morning, I got up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my live stream on the FTM 6000 today. Cool. It just got here yesterday. So I was like, oh, I wonder if John's available. I hit John up like 90 minutes before I went live. I was like, hey, last minute, I know you're probably busy. Not a big deal. I'm doing this today. Would you like to come on the stream? And he's like, what's the time? And I told him, he goes, yeah, sure. So he came on that live stream and walked us through the entire menu of the FTM 6000 with zero notice whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Really great dude. I've shared that video multiple times. I cut out pieces of it and shared really short clips of it to everybody. So I've been very impressed with the way that Yaesu has handled just the, because the chip shortage and the lack of production and the shipping, the supply chain issues and the delayed shipping issues, it's affected everybody worldwide, not just radio stuff. Like I'll order I don't know. Well, like cars. People are saying that like the new Ford Bronco that came out, those were back ordered for like 6 months because they couldn't build them fast enough. So it's just affecting every industry right now. But Yaesu has really stepped up their game and been really good on releasing. They've released 4 new radios since like February or March of 2020, and they're still going and they're doing good. And John is a really good dude. He's been on the happy hour 2 or 3 times. Really fun guy to hang out with. Fun, great sense of humor. Just a really all around good dude to have in your corner. And I really appreciate John, and I really appreciate Yaesu for stepping up their game during this time when one company just kind of making radios. I'm not gonna name it. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. I'm just saying this is what happened. Good, bad, or ugly. But one company just radios in the amateur radio world completely. So you probably guess who that is. But yeah. So, but Yaesu has done very good on keeping the amateur radio community supplied with radios, new updates, new stuff, new products, and whatnot. So I really enjoy working with John. He's a good dude, and I hope to have him back on the channel soon. In fact, I invited him to the happy hour on New Year's Eve, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but I'm hoping he's available. I don't know if he's available that night or not. So should be a fun night. So we got a playlist for some of you. We got 285 people watching now. So I think when you shared the playlist last, Frank, we had like 100.
I'm doing it again.
We have a playlist that Frank's going to put in the chat right now for New Year's Eve. So Friday, this coming Friday, starting at like what, 7?
I think 7 Central.
7 Central. We've got 4 videos, including Frank's got something. Kyle's going to do a trivia night for about an hour. And Ham Radio Clubhouse is going to do a video, a live stream. And then I'm going to close out the night starting at 10:30 p.m. Central Time with a Ham Radio Happy Hour. And we're just going to bring in the new year with a Ham Radio Happy Hour. So everyone's invited that. Everyone's invited. Everyone who's ever been on a Zoom call on my channel is invited. And everyone who's ever watched a video on my channel is also invited to participate in the chat. So, it's that, but it should be a really fun time.
You said Frank had something. I am doing my Ham Fam game night. That's where we play Jackbox TV games, and we're going to stream it on YouTube this time. It's usually done on Twitch, but we're going to do it live on YouTube. And what you're going to have the chance of joining us in game to play along with us. That's going to go from 1 hour, 7 Central to 8, and then we're all going to roll into Kyle's trivia night.
Right. So you guys make note of that playlist link that Frank just shared in the chat, and we'll put that in the description also for Team Replay. Should be a really fun time that night. Really looking forward to seeing everybody New Year's Eve. Go out and have dinner with your spouse and have a good time and come back home by like 9 or 10 and then drink yourself silly while you're at home so you don't have to drive. So that's my advice. That's what I plan to do. So
unless you're Frank and
I'm not
to wake up.
I'm actually
Galveston.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to drink that much because we're going to go do POTA the next day. But yeah, so it's all good. So new antennas we saw in 2021, and this is not all of them. This is not a complete list, but these are the ones I have personally had experience with, or my hands on, or learned about. DX Commander released a Rapide antenna. Now, I was talking to Callum about this a few months ago. I had him on my show. I need to get Callum back on the lunchtime stream again. He comes on there every couple months or so. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the Rapide and his other antennas, except for the fact that it has a different size pole. It's a different length and height. But regardless of which DX Commander you get, DX Commander makes a fantastic antenna. They make a classic, an Expedition, the Rapide, the Nebula, or a Nebula, however you want to say that. And great antennas. We're going to have one at Winter Field Day at the end of January. Mike's going to bring his DX Commander. It's great because we can set it up for 40 and 80. And the hex beam that we're going to use, the Buddy hex beam we're going to use, is great on 6 through 20. Use the DX Commander on 40 and 80, and we should cover all bands that way. So DX Commander's been just making antennas left and right and doing a great job with their production. His shipping time, I don't know what he must have bribed somebody at FedEx, because he can ship out something out of the UK and you'll get it in like 2 days. And it's just, it's ridiculously fast, his shipping method he uses it with FedEx. But he does a really good job, and he's got some excellent videos up. So you guys go subscribe to Callum on DX Commander on YouTube if you're not already. Buddy Pole released a brand new Buddy Stick Pro, which is a vertical antenna, very portable, very backpackable, very lightweight. You've seen 2 or 3 videos on my channel about that antenna. Chris was in Costa Rica with us back in October. And just like last week, I released a video with him showing us how to tune the Buddy Stick Pro with my Rig Expert AA2000. In fact, he made a comment. He's like, "Wow, that's really fast." He clicked tune on the Rig Expert because he has a Rig Expert like the 230 or whatever it is, or 230. No, the 60 or whatever it is, just the HF1. And I said, let's use my AA2000 zoom. He's like, okay. And he clicked tune on it. He's like, wow, that's fast. I was like, yeah, it's brand new. They just sent it to me. So it's a great analyzer. But yeah, so tuning the Buddy Stick Pro is pretty, there's a few steps to it, but it's not complicated once you understand how to do it. And then of course the Buddy Hex. The Buddy Hex, a fantastic freaking antenna that I've used at Winter Field Day for the last 2 years. Field Day last year, and we're going to use it again at Winter Field Day at the end of January. So, in fact, I just got a brand new version of it, Frank.
Ooh.
So when we were in Costa Rica in October, I brought my Buddy Hex down there. I wasn't going to take it. He's like, hey, bring it down. I want 2 of them down here. I'm like, okay. So I brought mine down there, and we're setting mine up, and he's like, this has changed. He's like, man, this thing is old. And I'm like, this is the one you sent me, dude. It's like 1.5 years ago. So he's made a lot of updates to it. He's like, I tell you what, I'm going to take this home, and I'm going to repurpose it, and I'm going to send you a brand new one. I'm like, okay. So I got that in the mail like 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Haven't set it up yet, but it's going to be a brand new Buddy Hex for Winter Field Day, and that should be really fun to use, and I'm looking forward to that.
I'm waiting for the strong man picture. You holding it up with
no, I didn't put that in the slideshow, but it's good. But yeah, excellent. It's if you ever go to POTA or Field Day, or if you ever set up somewhere a portable operation for more than like a day, I wouldn't set it up to do POTA and then tear it down and go home. It takes too long to set up. But if you're going to be camping out somewhere for a night or two, or a weekend or something, or Field Day, it's a great antenna to use for that. So it's a fantastic piece of kit for sure. In fact, Frank, I'm going to get a triplexer for it. That DX Engineering sells. Well, they sell a pentaplexer.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20. It's like $700.
I saw Mike was all into that when they're doing their what did they call it? The last Ham Radio Adventures outing.
It was up in Washington, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's great, but that pentaplexer includes 12 and 17, which you can't use at Field Day. So, because they're work bands. So I'm going to get a triplexer where you can use 10, 15, and 20, and then we'll be able to hook 3 radios to 1 antenna and use 10 meters. 10 meters may or may not be open. We'll see. 15 meters should be open. It's been open for the last month and a half. So 15 meters or 20 meters we'll be able to use. That should be a fun time.
So do we still need to put bandpass filters, or is that all built in?
For those 3 radios with that one antenna, we will not need bandpass filters.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
But that's not all we're going to run because, like I said, it'll only do up to 20 meters. So, for the 40-meter station, yeah. In fact, we might run like we'll either run 4, which will do those 3 plus 40, or we might put a 5th one up if we want to do like CW or digital.
We need a planning meeting.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. N8YO is flying down from Michigan. So that means we get CW Guru Boy.
Yes.
At Winter Field Day.
So he beats KMRD in CW?
Oh my God. N8YO is like the CW master. I would like to see a competition between N8YO and K6ARK for CW. Because N8YO is just like KMRD is like just this much better than me. And he's good. He's actually made some contacts. He's better than me. He really is. But he's not a master at all. N8YO is just like he can listen to like he's like, oh yeah, they're talking about blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't have that much time in my day to learn that, dude. How can they
pick out a particular frequency? Because when CW gets pile up, it's just noise to me.
I know it's yeah, and then it's you got like 16 stations sending and like, dude, I can't pick that out. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, he's coming down for field day. I've been texting with him for the last week or so, and he's like, "Hey, is that invitation still open?" I'm like, "Of course." I was like, "I got to make sure we have enough beds," but when we have enough beds, and I'll tell you why at our planning meeting. But we need to have that meeting in the next week or so, and yeah. So he's gonna. I was like, "Dude, we got you covered. Come on down." So he's gonna come down like Thursday sometime. And go home Monday. I may have either you or Mike pick him up at the airport and bring him out to the lease.
Okay.
So, but we can hammer all that out in our meeting. But yeah, he's going to be out there, and I'm like, dude, you need to see. He's like, I'm not going to bring a radio. I'm just going to bring my key, and I'm like, do that.
For what? You almost invited the world to come with us, so there will be more than enough radios. Man, I'm gonna are we going to get a 6 station? How many stations?
I don't know. I'm going to have my FTDX10, my IC7300, and my K3. And I'm going to have my X6100 with the amp. But I don't know if I'll use that one or not. We'll see. But I probably, like, if N8YO wants to do CW, which he does, I'm probably going to put him on my K3. Just put the Elecraft on one band and just say, hey, dude, go.
With all those the coaxial mics getting, we might be able to afford to put these antennas far away from each other, because that was been one complaint. Even with bandpass filters, sometimes they were bleeding on each other.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So when we were in Costa Rica, we had 2 buddy hexes set up, but they were like 100 yards apart. And we had 0 bleed over, and I'm like, okay, that's the end. We got 175 acres of the deer lease. We can put an antenna way over there and an antenna way over there, no problem. We just got to like walk over there to do it. So nobody ever wants to walk that far.
Cows.
But yeah, well, yeah, it's stupid cow. Yeah, the cows won't come around though. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. So okay, let's move on. So new antennas, Chameleon Impasse 2.0 and the CHA-LEFS, which I haven't actually tinkered with that one yet. And the Impasse 2.0 was a really good antenna. So I'm doing some POTA with that upcoming. But that's a picture of the Impasse 2.0 at the right there. And it's a good antenna, multi-banded, can set it up in like 6 different configurations, inverted V, inverted L, vertical, whatever. Great antenna for that. Chameleon antenna is available at gigaparts.com. And I thank them for letting me review that antenna. It's a really, really cool setup there. Comes with that bag. That bag that's in the picture comes with that. And I thought that was the coolest part. I was like, oh, I get a bag. I'm always kind of a bag nerd. So, and guess what? Ham Radio Happy Hour has been freaking fun. We've been doing Ham Radio Happy Hour for about a year, maybe a little bit less than a year. And I tell people we do it about once a month on a Friday on my channel. It's a live stream, and I invite all kinds of people on. We're going to do it again New Year's Eve. Everyone's invited New Year's Eve. I sent an email out about 4 hours ago today. So if you have been on my channel, if you have been on the Zoom call, if you're a YouTuber or a supporter that has been on the Zoom call, you're invited. You should have gotten an email. If you didn't, please hit me up in Discord or just email me. But Ham Radio Happy Hour, I like to tell people, this is what it would be like if we all lived in the same Metroplex area and we said one day, hey, let's go meet at a restaurant or a bar tonight, just kind of hang out and chat with one another. And then we all go over there and there's like 40 of us show up. But this is a virtual version of that. So I've very much enjoyed Ham Radio Happy Hour. I've made some, this is a logo I had made up on Fiverr. I got some stickers made up with that logo. We're going to be selling those on shop.hamradio2.com soon. But you guys check out Ham Radio Happy Hour. Just search YouTube for hashtag Ham Radio Happy Hour, no spaces. And you can see all the videos on that. And definitely make plans to join us on New Year's Eve because it's a really fun time. We talk about ham radio. We talk about everything else too. So in fact, last month, we were talking about some weird stuff last month. But I blame Hank Strange for that because he was on and then we never talked about that stuff before he joined.
See actually, what happens when I'm not there?
Actually, I think it was Josh who brought all that up. Honestly, but Hank was there. So, and I've invited Hank and Lola back to the happy hour this coming on New Year's Eve. I don't know what their schedule is going to do, but hopefully they'll be there. So really great people there. So Ham Radio Happy Hour on the channel. We've got shop.hamradio2.com where we sell t-shirts from multiple YouTubers. Myself, Tank Radio, K6ARK, K8MRD has t-shirts on there. Ham Radio DX from Ham Radio DX. Hayden is in Australia. You can't buy a t-shirt from him and have him ship it here for less than what you paid for the t-shirt. So you can buy a t-shirt from me and have it shipped in the USA for $9 basically. And then half of the proceeds, I split the profits with Hayden, with everybody, because I pay for the t-shirts to be made. I pay for the printing to be done. I pay for the shipping. I pay for all this stuff. And then everything that's made from that, I share with the content creator who lets me use his logo. So that's great. And I have DX Commander. I have stuff from him. In fact, here's how cool Callum is. I usually pay these guys once a quarter. So first quarter of 2021, second quarter of 2021. After I did up the sales from the second quarter of 2021, I emailed Callum and I was like, hey, here's how many t-shirts you sold. Here's how much money I owe you. Let me know how to send it to you. And he's like, you know what? Don't send it to me. Send it to Mike K8MRD because he's starting out YouTube on full time. And I just want to support him because he's done a lot of videos for my antennas. He's like, send all my money to K8MRD. And I'm like, okay. So I sent it to him and I told Mike, I said, don't thank me, thank Callum. So that's how cool DX Commander is. DX Commander is just a really good dude to have in your back pocket. Really great guy to hang out with and talk with. So in fact, he would be on the Ham Radio Happy Hours, except we start at usually 8 p.m. at night, and that's like 2 a.m. for him, and he's usually asleep by then. So he's drank his 2 or 3 glasses of milk and he's gone to bed. So, but yeah, shop.hamradio2.com. You can get t-shirts and from different creators, K6ARK, Red Summit RF, Ham Radio DX, K8MRD, Tank Radio, a lot of other stuff like that as well. So you guys go check that out. Sure. And I am posting my videos on multi-platform now. I'm not just on YouTube anymore. Some people, every now and then, I get somebody contact me and they're like, I don't really like watching YouTube because of political reasons. Okay. I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I get where you're coming from. Okay. To each his own. It's your life. It's your opinion. Do what you want to. Freedom of choice. I'm all about freedom of choice. So go check out full30.com or odyssey.com, and I post all my videos to both of those channels. Okay, so all of my stuff lives on YouTube, but it gets multicast and multi-posted to those channels. And full30.com is a really cool place. If you guys haven't seen that yet, go check that out. Very fun stuff over there. If you're a Second Amendment supporter or a gun lover, you need to be over there. A lot of really great videos on that genre over there. So that's all good stuff over there. So, but that's about it, Frank. That's about the end of the PowerPoint presentation I had.
That's awesome.
So what do you think?
We had a great year.
We had a great year.
Let's do it again.
We had a great year. I'm looking forward to a better year in 2022. Not that there went anything wrong with 2021.
More things opening up.
But let's think upward mobility, right? More things opening up. Well, if you live in Texas, then We don't really have that problem. We actually have freedom down here for the most part. But I'm looking forward to getting back to Orlando, which we didn't have in 2021. I'm looking very forward to getting back to Hamvention, which we didn't have in 2021. And Frederick Schaven, hopefully, fingers crossed, in Germany is going to happen. It's a lot of new stuff opening up. Really hope to see more radios come out, more antennas come out in 2022, and just really great time for all of the ham radio community. But I tell you what, 2021 was the year that my channel almost doubled in size and broke 100K.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I love all you guys. You guys are all great. I really like your enthusiasm for amateur radio. I like your support of amateur radio. I like the way that you guys kind of hop around from channel to channel. A lot of you watch my channel that don't watch the smaller channels, and that's okay. But I recommend most of the channels that I talk about on my channel. So some channels focus on one area of ham radio that maybe you're not interested in, and others focus on areas that you are interested in. Just pick the ones that work for you. Ham radio is a very, very wide range of niches inside of the ham radio world. So people think, oh, ham radio is just all about putting up a big antenna and talking to Japan every morning. That's part of it, but that's this much of it. So it's actually a lot more than that. But it's good stuff, and I have a lot of fun with it. And I'm looking forward to seeing where 2022 goes, because it's been a really fun ride so far, and I am not going to stop. I'm just starting. I'm just getting my feet underneath me finally, and I'm like, yes, let's see what's going from here. I just freaking love this. I love doing this. This is the funnest job I've ever had. It's the most exciting group I've ever been a part of. And I just absolutely love doing everything that I do on this channel, in the ham radio world, in the YouTube world, and everything else. I don't care about the haters out there. You're always going to have haters no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. I don't care. This is fun. Ham radio is fun. Don't let the naysayers tell you ham radio is not fun. Ham radio is fun. And people who get pissed at me saying ham radio is fun, you guys can go pound sand, because ham radio is fun. If you don't like that, go do go be a Democratic Party, supporter or something like that, where everybody's in a bad mood all the time. But I don't care. I'm not trying to get political. I'm really not. But
oh no, man, you're right. Like the Clubhouse guys say,
yeah,
the 3-letter word. It's fun. Get out there, get on the air. It doesn't matter how you do it.
That's right.
That's right. Just get out there and do it, because you're gonna fall in love with this. There's so much more, and you're gonna be upwards momentum, man.
Mm-hmm. Will Drum for Food. That's a cool name. I got a couple of buddies who are drummers. You are all appreciated. You have been super helpful for me as a newbie ham. Hey, seriously, man, that's what most of us are here about, newbie hams. I get comments on my videos all the time saying, hey, I'm sorry for a stupid question, or I'm sorry for a noob question. There is no such thing. That's why we're here. We're not here to talk to people who've been hams for 30 years. They probably all know more than I do anyway. Mm-hmm. We're here to talk to the new people, get new people interested in ham radio. So, and I feel pretty confident in saying that most of the YouTubers would tell you the same thing.
And also, if your question doesn't get read on the air, or you're too excited to say it, I just dropped the link to Discord. Go ahead and join our Discord servers. Yeah. There is people so much more knowledgeable on us. Don N5 SKT, he's in there a lot, and he is a great help to anyone asking questions there, because we all had that same question probably before, or you actually stumbled onto something new, and then we all got to sit down and think of, like, how is the best way to do that?
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So, and I've said it before, I learn as much by doing these videos as I teach. People say, oh, you're a great teacher. Well, I'm an okay teacher, I guess. I like to share the knowledge that I have, but at the same time, I learn just almost as much as what I like to teach. So it's excuse me. It's fun to do both. It's definitely fun to do both. So, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. So what's happening this week, Frank?
This week, we got a kind of light lineup coming up tomorrow. Just you and To right now.
I saw that.
So I am trying to drum up some more videos to the back channels. But after that, I'm not doing a video. I'm just kind of taking the time and just too much family stuff going on right now. After that, I'll be starting up on my channel after the new year, and I am going to also doing a audio podcast. I'm just releasing my live streams on the audio podcast. So if you want to just listen as you're driving the car,
Yeah.
that's a great thing. All my live streams will be there. Um, that's kind of it for now, other than our Friday night ham radio coming up on the New Year's Eve bash.
I tell you what, man, I started ripping the audio out of all my videos and putting them on a podcast service because people kept emailing me and saying, dude, I listen in the car. I can't listen to a video, but I can listen to audio. Can you put your up? And I'm like, most of the videos are about showing you how to do this and this and this with the radio. This wouldn't be good at all. But people kept emailing me and they're like, do this. And I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it. I tell you what, that has been huge.
Even the regular videos where I'm like, hey, look at this thing I'm building. Oh man, I can't believe I started that. Look at that joint.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy just the way, and the interviews where we're just talking back and forth, those do better. Like this one right here, I had a slideshow presentation and I showed some pictures and whatnot, but I talked about everything. So you guys on the audio podcast, y'all be able to follow along pretty well. But I'm just like, I was floored by the fact that so many people liked listening to the audio only rip that I've done really well with that. So a lot of really great folks listening on the audio podcast section of it. So those of you listening right now, thank you for supporting the channel through the audio only. That really does help. I really appreciate you guys being here, and we want to do more stuff for you in the future. So please keep listening and share it with your friends. So good deal.
Oh, and some maybe new merch coming down. I'm hoping end of January we could probably get that up somewhere. So I'm for me. Yeah, you're touching your face.
So yeah, I know what you're talking about. So my t-shirt printer lady, who's in Keller, she took December 20th through January 2nd off. She's one woman show, one woman business, which I'm totally in favor of. I love small businesses. So she'll be back January 2nd, but she's gonna. I have her checking for me. So we want to create some Tank Radio hoodies in the that color of green is called military green. And they've been sold out for like 2 months. That's why we don't have them yet. We got black, but the Tank Radio logos we have are black. So we don't want to print black on black. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Can we just, yeah, booty hats.
That's what I asked her if she could get some transfers made in military green, and she said yes. But she wasn't able to do that before she went on vacation, which is fine. That's fine. Yeah. So we'll either be releasing hoodies for Tank Radio with black hoodies and green logo, or if they have the green hoodies in by then we'll do with the black logo, just like the t-shirts we have now. We're also going to be doing boonie hats, and I've got some like skull caps, like toboggan type skull caps coming out as well. So yeah, so we got some new stuff coming out like that. Should be fun.
Don's yelling in the chat, boonie hats.
Yeah. Boonie hats. Boonie hats are good. So boonie hats are fun. So yeah, I've got like, I asked her if she could do them, and she sent me like 5 styles, and I'm like, 2 of these are no good, but 3 of them are pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna do that for sure. So should be fun. Should be really fun. So, have you Paul says, I have you Chromecast to my big screen. Love your show. KM4PT. Cool.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So good deal. Olive green is military, aka olive. Yeah. They call it military green. I said it was olive drab, and she's like, well, that's a little bit different shade. I don't know. It's just one of those things. So, that is what it is. So, hey guys, thanks for watching us tonight. We're going to go ahead and close it down here because So Rhea has started. I pulled up her stream on the other side here. So you guys go check out Rhea's stream. I'm going to link it in the chat right now. Live stream. Right there. And she is talking about something cool tonight. What was it? She's talking about some kind of new law or something that ARRL is talking about fighting. Some kind of new proposed bill.
What?
I don't remember what it was right now. She posted, I saw her Twitter post earlier, and she was like, hey, we're going to talk about, so the FCC wants to do this, and ARRL is fighting it, and we're going to talk about this on the chat tonight. I don't remember what it was right now. So, but I'll have her, so you guys go watch her, and maybe I'll invite her on to a future live stream to talk about it on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I just shared the link in the chat. Please, you did too, Frank. Okay. Yep. So Frank and I just both shared the link in the chat. So go check out Rhea's channel. She is starting actually right now. So we're going to go ahead and shut this down. And thank you for joining. Check out Rhea's stream right now. Check us out on Ham Radio, on Monday Night Ham Radio tomorrow. And mark your calendars for December 31st. Playlist, 4 videos, concluding with mine. Ham Radio Happy Hour, bringing in the new year, 73 to all. Thank you very much for being here. And you guys go out there and ham harder this week.